so I can continue to help you. Coming to you live from Costa Rica. It's been one heck of an adventure. We're bringing to you the best psychics, mediums, healers. You have questions, we have the answers. All is not lost. Don't give up hope. We're back, and we're here to help. Pick up the phone, give us a call. You have nothing to lose, and so much more to gain. So tell your friends about us, and tell your family to tune in. I've been on an amazing adventure, and I'm about to bring you on it with me.
Oh, good evening, good morning, whatever time of the day it is for you. Hello, all the way into Sydney. We have some listeners already tuning in on the Facebook Live from Sydney, Australia. So this is going to be a very interesting show tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It's been an amazing, blessed day. If you've been following on Facebook, I have been working on creating an app so that we can go ahead and have you listen in from anywhere you want to. Hold on. Yeah, if you're listening in and you're trying to go ahead and get in with Blog Talk Radio, go ahead and refresh the page, and it should go ahead and give you the call-in number, especially if you're trying to go ahead and use Skype. And the show, there's a time delay, so it's going to be very interesting doing this with the Blog Talk Radio switchboard, the app switchboard call-in number, and of course we're trying to do Facebook Live. So there's going to be some little lag time. So we're going to just try to go ahead and work with all the different issues. But yes, the app is live now on Android devices as well as Apple devices. So if you go to Google Play Store or to the iTunes Store and search on the apps, I have links. I'm going to be posting those. But if you go there and type in for the search of Be the Light Now Radio, it will bring you to our app. A lot of great features on there. You will be able to go ahead at some point when we do fundraising shows, go ahead and click for a booking to get bumped up in the queue. You could do that from your phone. You're going to also be able to go ahead and get some different readings, many different features that we're putting on there and getting it ready for you. Message center videos, they're going to be exclusively to those of you on the app. We're going to be doing some uplifting and inspirational videos. I'll be posting them onto the app first before anybody else gets a chance to see them on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Let me see what else here. Listen 24 hours a day to the radio stream. Not only do we do the live shows on there, which if you have the app, you should hear that, but every other time when we're not doing a live show, we have music. We have royalty-free music that is playing 24/7. Some high-energy music. We're going to be putting in some meditation stuff and going ahead and doing some meditation times for you. So those are all available on the app. You can listen to past shows on the app as well. You want to find out what's going on, click on the event link or the tab down at the bottom. It will keep you updated to all the latest events that we have and all our special guests. Very informative. Click on the links. It's going to pull up all the information about our guests that we're having coming in. And exclusively here with us is a call-in number link. You call that number in, and it will give you, as soon as I work out all the bugs, we may implement it tonight and get it working. But we've been trying to test it out. But we have 61 phone numbers from around the world. So our guest, who is calling in from Australia, anyone who's listening in, if you were to download our app, you would be able to go ahead and click on the call-in number, scroll down to where it says Australia, click that number, and it will call an Australian phone number, and it will bring you onto our switchboard. If you're in India, you're in the United States, there's a United States phone number. Mexico, Costa Rica, I have a lot of locals, a lot of expats who are tuning in, and they're doing their messages and little questions from the little comment section underneath the video, because we're doing Facebook Live. So that's another feature we're doing as well. I'm trying to implement that on the phone, but I figured most people are on the phone. A lot of times you're driving, so you don't need to be going ahead and doing any of that. Okay, let me. We're gonna go ahead, I guess, and implement the switchboard. I have to go ahead and give her a number here. So yeah, we're trying to do this so that everybody can get in on the shows and not have to worry about spending a fortune to do so, because we do have guests from all over the world. So that's what we're trying to go ahead and do. If you're able to hear in, Kat, give us a call at 612-8077-0506. It's an Australian number. It's 612-8077-0506. Unless, of course, you're going to go ahead and call in on Skype. Skype is acting up, which is another reason. Okay, which is I see you there in the queue. But that's another reason why we're wanting to go into a conference call type atmosphere, so we can have people call in from all over the place. Because trust me, Skype has tested my nerves at times where I'm like, okay, I've got a show to start, and it's not letting me call out, not letting me do anything. So right now, while we're still using the Blog Talk Radio switchboard, I go ahead and call in on Skype. So we have a couple of thousand followers on Blog Talk. So this way here, people can still find us there on Blog Talk Radio. Spreaker Radio, YouTube Live, we're going to be doing that shortly as well. I have to probably get another computer set up here so I can hook all that up, because I'm using up a lot of the computer resources. But we're fine-tuning things and getting it working, because Spirit told me if I'm going to restart the shows, which Spirit said I had to, that I needed to start using modern technology to its fullest advantage. And I think we pretty much have it going on. We're not dependent on one system. So that's why I've got 6 different windows open just to go ahead and do the broadcast, because we're broadcasting to the radio, to the app itself, to that radio stream. Which, speaking of which, if you have your own show, you're listening here, on our show here, and you have your own show, well, we have Shoutcast streams available for you to go ahead and rent per month. So you can go ahead and broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your archives, or any other way that you want to go ahead and do this. So we have those available. So we're streaming that to the apps, and that was the easiest way to go ahead and do this. So we have that streaming. We're going to Spreaker Radio, which gives us some archives of just audio only, and I don't have to worry about ads like Blog Talk Radio does. We have the conference call switchboard up, so I can see how that works. And of course, we're doing Be Live for the Facebook video, chat room for Blog Talk Radio, and their switchboard. So I have a lot of things going on in the back end. And Arlene is like, well, I can help you co-host. I said, I have to teach you all of these, and I'm still learning how to do them as well. So, but we're using the technology the best way that we can until we can implement them all to work a lot easier. But that's the fun part about doing the radio and adding the video to the shows and going ahead and helping you out, because in this day and age, so many people are like, oh, I couldn't get to the computer, and having this issue or that issue. And being here in Costa Rica, sometimes the internet goes out, and the only thing that works is the phone. So unfortunately, if that happens during a show, I'm kind of out of luck. because won't be able to go ahead and do all the broadcasts this way through the phone. So it's just not going to go ahead and work properly that way. But you can listen in from wherever you are in the world by downloading the app. No longer tied into connecting with Blog Talk Radio or Facebook or even Spreaker Radio if you're tuning in on there. Just download our app. It's for us only. And, it's going to help you get reminded. I did a test tonight, an automatic reminder 15 minutes before the show starts. You will get a push notification on your phone that says the live show is about to start in 15 minutes. So this way here, it will be fresh in your mind. And I can even go ahead and do another one like at showtime and say, the show's live. So, we need those extra reminders in this day and age where, we're just have so many things going on. And we went ahead and listed all the features that we have available that we're using and that I can actually offer to you as well, my services. Not only do I do Reiki, we're also looking for guests to be on a show. We host retreats here in Costa Rica, which if you haven't seen our Facebook page or the website, go to CostaRica-retreat.com. Look at the videos. That's our home. And we've opened it up so you can host a retreat here, whether it's yoga, psychic, meditation, just quiet weekend. It's all up to you. We've opened up our home. We can host about 20 people to actually stay here on property with us. And lots of different things to do here in Costa Rica. So that's part of, what we offer here as well. I'm still available for readings. So you can contact me on my personal website, or actually you can buy a reading on the app. Just click on the purchase area and get that that way. VPN. So those of you in the States who are tired of Big Brother snooping in on what you're doing, I offer VPN services too, which is a virtual private network. And we also do web hosting. So I've moved all of the hosts, all of the websites that I have, over to a server in Amsterdam. So I actually have it set up to where I can offer you your own hosting, and we are already hosting some other websites on there at really good, affordable rates. And as you know, I've been talking about creating the app for the radio. Well, I can create an app for you as well. It's, I believe it's, depending on what you want done, anywhere from $50 to $100 to build the app for you. And then it's $50 a month to host it. You get push notifications, you get the Apple store, you get the Android store, you get push notifications, you get so many different options available to you. And actually, I went ahead and finalized everything on Saturday. Tech support didn't do anything until Monday, and the app went live on both Play stores this morning. So in about 2 to 3 days' time, your app could be available for your listeners, for your users. And it's not just for radio. I can build them for restaurants, yoga studios, hair salons, you name it. I can probably build you an app for that. So I have a lot of different ways that I'm going out and helping people. And that's going to actually help keep the shows on the air, because with all of these connections and technology that we're using to bring the shows to you around the world, I still don't charge my guests, and I don't charge you. There are a lot of other websites out there, a lot of other radio shows where they charge the guests to come on the air. They go ahead and charge you to go ahead and get your call on the air. And I'm like, I've never done that. We've always managed to have the bills paid. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 different ways, 10 different ways of raising funds to keep the shows going. So it's what I love doing. And we're going to be doing a lot of different features, a lot of different things going on here. It's not just going to be psychic readings. We're going to be talking about nutrition, fitness, alternative healings. Oh, speaking of alternative healings, another thing we're going to be starting to do is I will be selling around the world, we can ship, is the full spectrum CBD hemp oil. So it has a lot of wonderful benefits to help you out. So we're going to be retailing and selling that too. I can have that shipped directly to you anywhere in the world free drop shipping inside the United States, but other than that, I believe it's like $20 to ship internationally. But, that's going to be another new feature that's coming up. We're getting into doing a lot of holistic healings. As most of you know, 2 years ago, I had been diagnosed with cancer, and they said chemo, radiation. I said, I don't think so. They said they couldn't monitor me before, but they could monitor me after, and something just did not jive with me. So Spirit's like, no, eat healthier, do this, and you're going to be fine. And, latest blood work here in Costa Rica, I'm actually healthier than I was in the United States. So I'm doing something right here, and I'm going to help you to go ahead and live a better life as well. So we have a lot of different things going on. We're looking for many different types of guests. We actually have one of our past guests who was on a couple of weeks ago decided, I want to go visit you in Costa Rica. So they're actually going to be coming here for a week and staying with us. I'm going to get to show them some of Costa Rica. I think they're going to be here for a little bit longer, but they're going to be going around different areas. So I'm going to be showing them waterfalls and you name it. Whatever we have around us, we're going to be showing her. And we're probably going to do a side-by-side show where she's going to be sitting right here, right next to me. So those of you who are looking on Facebook Live, I'm going to have one of my guests here with me in Costa Rica doing a live show. So it's going to be a lot of fun doing that as well. Kat's decided to go ahead and check it out on the live video there. Hi, Kat. One of these days, we're going to figure this out and get you on here as well with me. So, Johnny, thank you for joining us again. Hi, Jeffrey. I'm actually over next to Grecia. We're actually in San Francisco, San Isidro de Grecia, Alajuela, Costa Rica. So we're not far from San Jose. We're like 15 minutes away from Grecia. We actually have somebody from Pakistan. Hello, Amber. If you go ahead and download our app, go to the Apple Play Store or Google Play Store, type in Be the Light Now Radio. You can download the app because for international listeners, we will be having an international switchboard. So we do believe have a Pakistan phone number for you. So it would be a local call for you to go ahead and come in here. And if I am correct, I'm not sure of too many other Blog Talk radio shows that offer this many opportunities to be able to go ahead and call in on the live show without having to go ahead and use Skype and call into the United States. So I'm fine-tuning all of this, and hopefully we will be having that working correctly. But if you're on the app and download it now, try giving us a call on the switchboard. The switchboard is active. So we can go ahead and give that a test, and hopefully it's all going to work out good for you. So I have a couple of different switchboards, but, it's a little crazy, but it's kind of fun to be able to go ahead and reach out and help you no matter where you are in the world, because, we're all needing some help right now. And, when we were here in Costa Rica, we lost power for almost a whole day, and it's kind of crazy to be dependent on one system. So if something happens to Blog Talk Radio like it has in the past, well, then you just tune in on the app or Spreaker radio, and you'll be able to go ahead and tune in, check it out on the live Facebook Live video. So many different things we're reaching out to do for you. But, let us know. And if you go to BeTheLightNow.com, check out the website there. Pretty much everything that's on the app within certain restrictions is going to be on the website as well. But there should be some donation links on the website. So if you want to help with a donation of any type, we won't refuse donations to help keep the shows on air. We do, should be PayPal or Stripe. Been having some issues with PayPal lately. So I think when somebody gets a little bit too big, you got to go with somebody else because they start giving you too many issues. So we're accepting payments in different ways. So, and I know on Costa Rica Retreat, we're also doing different ways of getting payments on there. I believe Apple Pay is on there as well. So many different ways to go ahead and help you out. And, we don't ask for much. Just tune in, like us, share us, tell all your friends, hey, check this out. They even have their own app. And it's free, by the way, too. You know, some people are like, are you nuts? You doing all this stuff for free? I said, it works out. I have faith. And that's what we have to learn to do. And that's what we have the wonderful guests on here for, is to help you have faith and to realize things will work out. You know, when Spirit is telling us, and you're getting a reading that something's going to happen, you know, a lot of times we're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it happens. And you're like, holy crap. Well, you have to have faith. That's going to help you to continue on with your life. It may not be perfect. You may be like, no, I don't want that to happen. But Spirit's like, I have other plans for you. You know, other things that are going to go ahead and happen. I never thought I'd be living here in Costa Rica. So, but, you know, here I am now going on 2 years of living here. And it's just been amazing adventure. I just know every day that everything's going to be fine. I know that all of the bills that I have for running the shows, it's going to be fine. It's going to work out. So we're going to teach you how to have that same faith and how to go ahead and succeed in life. You know, it's always interesting when we get readings, and a lot of times we don't want to accept it. So I've heard people calling into other shows and they're getting the same reading over and over and over again. But the problem is you don't have faith to believe what you're being told. Even if you're being told 20 or 30 times the same thing, you're like, nope, nope, nope. So you go to somebody else. Once you have faith, the world is going to open up for you. And that's what, you know, I've learned, you know, about 3 years ago after Louis died. You know, I have faith. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do great. You know, met Ed, who's been amazing. We got married. I became a yoga instructor, and we moved here to Costa Rica. All within 1 year of meeting each other. So, you know, that's what happens when you start having that faith in a higher power and faith that things will improve for you. Because, you know, if I can do all of this, just imagine what you can do. So we're going to go ahead because we have a call-in queue that is getting filled up quickly. So let me see here. Okay. Oh yeah, one other thing too. I saw somebody posted something on here. If you're into essential oils, I am a doTERRA essential oil distributor. I told you I have a lot of things going on right now, and it's just been amazing. So, but you know, contact me if you're like, oh, I want to get my oils. Contact me. We'll get you set up to where you can go ahead and get those shipped to you. And I believe doTERRA ships all over the world as well. So, I mean, I get my monthly supplies here in Costa Rica. So it's a little bit crazy. I've had some people ask for my address here in Costa Rica, and I'm like, send it to the shipping company in the United States, because if you send me something here in Costa Rica, it could take 3 months to go ahead and receive it. So we have no mail delivery here at the house. We have a post office box. So it's kind of nice not having to go to the mailbox every day and seeing all this junk that's in there. So, but it's been one heck of an adventure, and I'm glad that you all are joining us and listening in. So if you want to go ahead and get on the air in just a few moments and talk to this amazing guest of mine, who I remember doing a reading for her when she was on the air, and she laughed and said, no, no, no. And then 6 months later, she came on the air and said, yes, 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 you're right. And, you know, now we laugh about it. But, you know, if you want to go ahead and get on the air, because you never know what Spirit's going to say or do, and get in the queue with us, give us a call at 657-383-1437. 657-383-1437, or if you're on the app, click on the call-in numbers, scroll down to see what country you're in, and click on that. It will automatically dial out for you. So I had to learn how to program all that too. So it's been kind of fun. So give us a call here, because we have with us, let me see where she is, the very wonderful, the very beautiful Kat Edwards. Welcome back to the show, my dear.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's wonderful to be back.
So what have you been up to lately?
Oh, I've been busy studying, actually. I'm in the process of completing a diploma of life coaching.
Oh, nice. So you have your hands full.
Yeah, it's great. Yes, I do. I do. Yes, you are right. You did predict my second baby.
That was fun.
And he's very cute. Yes, yes, he's a handful, but he's very cute. His name's Odin, and Odin Rory Edwards, and he is a lovely little fellow who's just had a bit of a earache last night, so nursing him. But and he's at daycare today where he can get up to mischief. He's a lovely little person, even in the middle of crying because he was in pain, he was using his manners.
Oh, poor thing. That's no
It's so
fun when
cute.
they're not feeling good.
Yeah, it's winter here, so everything's going around, and early childhood, you're gonna cop it. Everyone has. That's just the way things are. I'm excited to hear about everything you've been doing. It's fantastic.
It definitely keeps me busy and out of trouble, I think.
Yeah, and last time I was due to come on the air was actually the day that you had to rush Louis to hospital before he left us. And it was certainly a difficult time, but it's wonderful seeing the evolution of your life as you've gone through that, how you dealt with it. It's very inspirational. And I think also being a spiritualist and understanding it from that perspective really makes it hard. It's still hard, but it makes it easier because you know that it's still there. It lives on. So that journey was big, but look at where you've come. Look how far you've come, and also living in wonderful Costa Rica. It's so exciting.
Yeah, I never thought I would be living in another country and having to learn another language, and so it's been interesting.
Oh, it's exotic.
Yeah, a little bit. That's the fun part about it. But yeah, it was that was I think the last time you were supposed to come into the show.
Yeah, it was. And I was sitting there waiting to come on the show, and I got the message that you had to rush Louis to hospital.
Yep. Yeah, that was
so
crazy.
I've been patiently waiting to come back.
Yeah, I've had a few other previous guests kept asking me over the past 3 years when I was coming back to do the shows, and I said, when I get ready for it, I said everyone will know. So we've been back, and I'm not doing them every night. I'm doing only 2 nights a week right now, but I may add another one. So.
Yeah. Well, I think people really love it, so it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying doing this, and Ed is amazing, and he's very supportive on everything that I do ever since we first met. So when he kept seeing people messaging me and contacting me about going back and doing the shows, he goes, "Well, when are you going to do them again?" He said, "You have time now. We can go ahead and start doing the shows." So that's why we went ahead and started doing them back up.
It's beautiful that you've got that support, and that you've got lovely Ed there.
So yeah, he's similar to Louis, where they don't like to be in the limelight. So I'm the one who's on social media the most and doing a radio show and doing video. So when he knows that I'm doing video now, he tries to go ahead and go into the other room before the show starts. He's like, "No, I don't want to be on video." It's like, okay. So, but very supportive of everything, and he's probably listening into the show right now. I installed the app on his phone so he can test it out for me. So he's probably listening in.
That's great.
So tell everyone a little bit more about yourself. How long have you known about your abilities?
Well, since I was a little girl, I had spiritual experiences. I was born in Scotland, and when we came to Australia when I was about 4, my parents went and bought a haunted house, and I remember going through the house before they bought it with them, and they opened a cupboard in a room, and there was a ring of red candles on the floor, and I instinctually knew that that was just not good. But no one was going to listen to a little child. And anyway, they bought the house, and I started to perceive spirits in the house, and especially an old man. And it scared me so much. And since then, I've just always had experiences with spirits. But when I was 18, I started to get out. I was able to... when I was 15, I bought my first deck of cards and I started doing readings for people. When I was 18, I left home and I got into yoga. I got into the spiritual teachings of yoga as well as the actual practice of it. And I learned about meditation, and I learned the Dharmic ways. And I started to understand a little bit more about myself there. And then as I grew, I studied homeopathy, and I was planning to be a homeopathic doctor and be a medical doctor as well as a homeopath, but that fell through because I was very ill. And when I was 24, I found myself as a single parent with 2 little boys, and I had to fall back on my gifts and talents, and so I became a professional reader. And then I became a Justice of the Peace qualified in Queensland, Australia, which is different to North American Justice of the Peace. So I sign stat decks and witness things, and I can constitute, as a Justice of the Peace, I can constitute a magistrate's court, but only for hearing bail hearings and things like that if they have a backlog and they need the magistrates to do something else, which I've never been called up to do. And there's other sort of legal things across the 3 stages of government that I can help with as a JP. I became a civil celebrant, and I focused on funerals and memorial services mainly because I felt that was where my spiritual work, my spiritual service was best placed, and also because there's a lot of legal stuff tied up around marriage ceremonies, which at the time when I was learning to be a civil celebrant, I just knew I had too much stress in my personal life, and I knew that I wasn't going to be best placed doing that, so I've never become a marriage celebrant. And then in 2011, I went on and became a radio host and had my own radio show and did what you're doing. I think that's how we met. I always racking my brain as to how we met, but it must have been through my work on radio. And then I, from that, launched on to doing a lot of public speaking in my region, in North Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast region here in Queensland. And I'm a regular guest as a speaker and clairvoyant at spiritual churches and centres in the region, and I've gone on and done shows, and I regularly see clients. So that's me in a nutshell. And now I'm becoming a life coach as well, and I'm also looking at a book that I've written that I'm illustrating, and I want to get that out there. And I also have a series of books that I'm going to go with, which are based on spiritual teachings, but they're going to expand on the spiritual teachings that I have written and produced, not teachings that other people have done. So that's where I'm at.
It's an interesting life.
Yes, it's been a challenging life. It's been a very challenging life. And now my 2 boys are 18 and 20, and I have 2 little ones, 2 and 4. And so I still have a full family life as well.
Yeah, I still remember that time when we talked, and I was we were just chatting like we normally do, and mentioned about having another one, and you're like, oh no, 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 not going to happen. And then it was like 6 months later, and you came back on the show, and you said, yeah, I said it, and it's like, well, that's why the comment today of we'll see what spirit may have to say for you, but definitely no more babies.
No. I've gone and had an operation. I'm sure I won't have any more babies.
I had a friend of mine. She's in Ireland.
I'm too old now. I don't want any more babies.
Yeah, I've got a friend now in Ireland, and I used to do her hair when she was in the States, and I told her, I said, when are you going to have the 2 more children? And she's like, oh, no, not going to happen. And she had one, and I said, well, you're going to have that second one? She said, no. And sure enough, she thought she had the flu, and come to find out she was having the second baby. And she was, no more, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those, you never know what spirit's going to say. And I just want to remind everyone, we do have a lag in audio. So if you're listening in on Facebook, you may hear the little bit of a lag if you're on the app. So just bear with us, and that's, part of the joy of technology. And if the calls are dropping, or if the line is going out a little bit when you're trying to go ahead and call in, try, if you download the app, some people are messaging me on the app right now to ask questions for Kat. I'll be going ahead and bringing those in, but you can try that other phone number on there and give that a try too, to see if that helps with it. You should be able to listen in on the app in the new switchboard, and be able to listen in on the show as well. So if you want to go ahead and give that a try for me, let me know. But I do have some people in the app messaging me right now. So I do get those messages live. So we're going to be, doing things a little differently here. But I just want to go ahead and give everyone that shout out on there, just to be patient with us while we try to deal with the lag times. So do you want to go ahead and try to get a couple of calls, and then we can talk some more?
Yeah. I'll do whatever you want me to do. This is your show.
Well, you're my guest, so, we just go ahead and play it by ear. Actually, so I can show everybody here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's bright, but I've got the app, and I've got Julia on there. I'm not sure where Julia's at. I have to fix the app so I can know where people are calling from. She wants to know if you see her relocating before the end of the year.
Okay. Well, hi, Julia. I can't hear you, so I'm just going to hope that I give you a good message. And I'm just going to pull some cards as well as channel the message for you. So I'm just pulling a couple of cards now. But I feel like, Julia, you have a few... Spirit I wanted to say hurdles to climb, and then Spirit intervened and said mountains to climb, but they won't. You'll take. Okay, all right, I'll just pull 3 cards. You'll have to take a bit of time to be kind to yourself, Julia. There's a time to heal around you, and even though there is that desire to move on, you are going to find things sort of stop. And you might say to yourself, I'm in a rut, but that's the wrong way to look at it. You need to say to yourself, I'm healing, I'm building my energy so that I can push on forward. Moving house, yes, but remember to keep your mind in the light and always try and look at the positive perspective, because I'm afraid, Julia, that it may at times feel a little bit gut-wrenching because there are some challenges ahead of you. But if you just keep bobbing up above the water, you'll get through this. No one loves moving house. If they do, they're kind of a little bit insane, I think. So it is a bit of a difficult time ahead for you, I'm afraid. But you know, these are the things that make us, and I can see that you are going to become stronger for it. And when you get over that hump, I have a vision of a sunny date. So to me, that means that life is going to be a lot easier. There's going to be an easy street. So yes, there is that move, but there is a bit of difficulty coming through that move. Okay?
Okay. If I hear anything back from Julia, I'll bring that back for you. But she was actually messaging in on the app. We have a message feature. So I go ahead and get those notifications, and she was wanting to know about that. And that's another new feature we're going to be offering for people on the app. You can message us, and we'll see about getting your questions on the air as well.
She's just written thank you.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Yep. So she's on Facebook and the app. So somebody else messaged her. Listening in on Spreaker, I guess they were having problems with Blog Talk. So they're listening in on Spreaker, looking at the video on Facebook, and then going ahead and doing things on the app. So they're going to definitely have a lag time with all that technology trying to listen in on. So.
Yeah, okay. That's so many things.
Yes. As well, when they're telling me that, I'm like, oh, you're going to really be confused. And, I've had some people trying to listen in on Blog Talk Radio and on the phone, and they're like, wow, there's a big lag. It's like, well, yeah, there's going to be. There's always a few seconds delay before going live on any of the videos or the audio. So if you're trying to listen in on the phone and listen in on the app or any place else, you're going to be totally lost. So you just, if you're going to listen in on the phone, you need to turn the volume off on the other parts, or if you're going to listen on the other part, you need to focus on just one way to listen in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll grab another call here, see who else we can help out. Let's bring on area code 916. You're on the air.
Hi, thank you very much. Hello, Kat.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Wendy, calling from California.
Hi, Wendy. How's California today?
Very hot, as usual. I
Wonderful.
have a big question for you, if I may, please.
Yes.
I'm 66, and I'm very lucky that I got a direct hire job in a call center for medical insurance. Started July the 5th, but to make a long story short, things happened. They couldn't give me access to critical systems, and then they did the following week. And bottom line, my hearing aids started not to work. So I thought very creatively, and I asked them for an ADA, American with Disabilities, window of time to fix this, and it's very fixable. And I believe they are giving that to me, and will they allow me to start fresh, brand new, in a new class with a new trainer and a new boss in September or early October? And will I make it? Will they keep me for at least 3 to 4 years or more?
Okay. All right, Wendy. I feel, firstly, yes, it makes good business sense for them anyway to keep you on. I can tell from your phone manner and your voice that you are somebody who would put another person at ease. And
yes.
They need good people like you, because people ringing in, feeling stressed out or not understanding or whatever is on their plate, they're going to hear your voice, they're going to land to you, and they're going to feel safe. And that is a number one key issue in business, to stay, keep their clientele happy, then they make money. So I feel yes. Also, I don't think that it would be wise for them to let you go, and the fact that that would be just discriminatory. I don't know the law there, so I can't say whether or not they can, but I pulled some cards for you, and it's all positive. It's all happy times, exciting new opportunity, and abundance. So to sum it up, Wendy, yes, I do feel like things are going to progress for you, that they're going to go forward. I get the number 7 around the length of time that you're with them. So I'm hoping that's a year. If you want to work for another 7 years, they have a plan. Like I can see, I've got a vision of a basket full of goodies like fruits and pastries and like good food. And it to me is something that represents a lot of goodness that they're going to give to you. And I can see them giving that to you at the end of the time that you have with them. So they're going to give you something good at the end of the time that they have with you. But I feel like they are going to want to nurture you and keep you moving forward with them.
Oh, thank God.
Okay?
Thank you. And when you say they're going to give me something good, what does that mean? Money?
Well, spirits, look, I get visions and sometimes they're a bit cryptic. So the vision, I saw the 7, and then at the end of the period of time, at the end of that period of time, 7, so I don't get dates. I get days, weeks, months, years in periods of time. For you, it's 7 days, weeks, months, or years. I'm hoping Spirit's talking about years for you. At the end of that period of time, Spirit showed me a basket full of goodness that they're going to give you. So whatever that is for you, that might mean a pension plan, or it might mean a really great healthcare plan, or it might mean financial bonuses, whatever it is for you, it's your reading. But Spirit gives you a basket full of goodness of fruits and vegetables and chockies and goodies. It's all, You need to take that idea away and sit with what that means to you. I just get the vision, and there's no way that I'm going to get caught out. I'm trying to interpret visions again. I've just made a mistake of doing that in the past. So that's what it is for you. So in a nutshell, Wendy, I do feel like everything's going to move forward in a positive way for you.
Thank God, Kat. Oh, answer the prayers. And so will I also get a new boss and a new trainer, I hope?
Spirit just said time will tell, but you will be satisfied with your work. So I think you need to focus on the work at hand and feeling satisfied rather than who delivers it. The Spirit shows me a happy work environment for you. Not without its challenges, but I do feel like there's a lot of happiness around you.
Well, it's been a long time coming, Kat. It's been. I'm amazed that I'm still here and coherent after what I've been through the last several years. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed with their computer system. It's a lot more complex than what I did for 15 years at the Vision Insurance Company. But really, I'm the smart lady, and I can learn it. The key is, will I learn it in their time frame fast enough? And I'm gonna push myself to the limit in hopes that I do.
But just take it as one step at a time. Let it unfold, and just breathe and believe in yourself. You know, the brain is an amazing thing. Brain plasticity is an amazing thing. Boost it up with omega-3s, Brahmi, St. John's wort, anything that feeds that brain. Get it in there so that you're feeling sharp. Also, you can use essential oils to help your brain to feel pretty sharp as well. It's something Michael can talk to you about. But your age is not a barrier to learning, not at all. Not if you keep yourself in a positive perspective.
I'm younger emotionally than my age of 66. I'm comfortable around people in their 20s and 40s. It really, I don't even think about it. Other people seem to notice, but I look younger than 66, and I don't act 66.
It's because
But,
you're not 66.
My collar's yes, my
Yeah,
collar's
it's just a number.
It really is. And people are shocked when I've talked to them in the vision insurance world, and they were, I'm a friendly person, I'm a caring person, but I keep things professional. And if it was appropriate, I might say, I'm 66, and they were stunned. But my callers will be blessed by me. I guarantee you. I have the integrity, and so I hope with you that it means 7 years, because that would be fabulous.
Yeah. Well, I feel really positive about it for you. So just keep your mindset positive and on track, and support your brain as you're going through that process, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Know that you can.
Oh, okay. And I hope that somehow I get a new manual, a new training manual, because if I can use one privately as well as in the training class, I know me and my learning, then I'll just zoom to the top. So I hope somehow you see me getting that additional training manual.
Yeah, just ask for it.
Okay, I will.
So let us know how everything goes
I
for you.
will. They're very.
You can.
Yeah. What was that?
I said, let us know how everything goes for you.
I will, and I downloaded your app, and I find it very exciting. I've got it on my iPhone.
Well, good. Let me know if you have any issues with it or anything you shouldn't. I have an iPhone too, and it's been working out really great for me.
Well, I sent you an email, but it's stuck in my outbox, so I don't know what happened. But it was just basically a friendly email letting you know that I was enjoying your show. So,
well, thank you.
And I went back into the email, tried to send it, but that'll be worked out, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it'll all work out. But like I said, message me on the app as well, and let me know how everything went for you and how everything goes, and hopefully we'll get you back on the air another time.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, and God bless both of you.
God bless you, too. Bye-bye.
Bless you, Wendy. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, I believe the same thing. Age is just a number.
Yeah. And it's really, once we all hit 27, we come into our adult lives. We're no longer young adults, and it's a fairly well a level playing field. Everybody's a grown-up. Everybody has to act professionally when we're at work. Downtime is your business, and I don't really care how old you are as long as you're a good person. That's all that matters to me. You've got a kind heart and you're a good person. And I don't really care what colour you are, where you're born. As long as you are acting your life with love and you respect that I'm acting in my life with love, that's all that matters to me. And I think if you want to keep working until you're too bloody old to work, then good. That's great. Why not? There's no real reason that you shouldn't, unless you just feel like you shouldn't, and then do something else with your life.
Yep. The only thing,
so
I tell people.
I think all the more power to them.
Yes. The only thing that I tell people that stops somebody from doing anything is themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Because.
That's right. And there's so, it's a wonderful place, this planet. There's a lot of bad things that go on here, but if you keep focusing on the positive, and as a light worker, you are in the process of becoming divine. You are reconnecting with your soul and with the divinity of the Great Spirit, And in that connection, you're becoming stronger and more powerful as a co-creator. You move away further and further and further from the lower vibrations that occur on the planet, and you bring more people up with you. And if you can do that until you're so old that you don't feel like getting up till 1 in the afternoon, and then whatever you do, I don't care. I just feel like we're here to make Mother Earth proud as much as we are here to help each other. You know, this is a wonderful place to be. It is a planet that has a lot of struggles though, and I think people like Wendy who are trying to make a difference in whatever industry they're in, at whatever age they're at, they're people that we need.
Yeah, definitely agreed. You're never too old to start learning anything. I never, like I said, for me, getting into my mid-50s, I never thought I would be learning a new language or learning about a new culture. But, I had an opportunity where, Spirit was saying, do it. And one part of me was saying, no, don't. But I told that no, don't, to just be quiet. And, we went for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I've just got to let my cat out.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, people down here, ask us, they're like, well, how long have you been coming to Costa Rica? And it's like, well, 2 years ago, in March, I got my passport. April, we came here to Costa Rica for 11 days. May, we came here. June, we came back and bought the property. By July, we were signing the title of her, and by September, we moved here. So we did this all within about 6 months' time.
And what made you fall in love with Costa Rica?
The strangest part, when we first came here, actually, it started off, every time I got cold in Florida, I would always kid around and say, well, time to move to Central America. And, it's just joking around. And I said that to Ed once, and he turned around and looked at me, and he goes, serious? I'm like, what? And he goes, I'm going to Central America. And I said, I don't even have a passport. So, we did research, and, we said, we're not getting any younger, but we just felt a pull for it. And we decided to come here and check out Costa Rica after the research we did online. And as we're landing, I looked at him and I said, this sounds strange. I said, but I feel like we're home. And then meeting people here and experiencing the culture and the country. And, like I said, Spirit was saying yes to do it. And another part was saying no. It was that test. And we looked at each other and it's like, let's just go for it. And
yeah. So what was that other part that was saying no? Was that fear?
Probably fear. There was one part, it was a little fearful, but we said, have to just go for it. And, I put my place up for sale, and I was doing a yard sale, and this woman came over, and she's like, well, can I look at it? And I said, yeah, go right ahead. And because I was in a mobile home park. And she turned around, she goes, what's your asking price? And I told her, and she goes, I'll take it. So it sold right away. And when we went ahead and listed Ed's property in Florida for sale, we were kind of nervous about doing the whole thing still and still kind of be like, nope, we're going to fight the negative aspects and just go for it. And he put his up, went on the market on a Monday. Tuesday, somebody came to look at it. They were there for about 20 minutes. Told the realtor, it's like, well, I guess they're not interested. He goes, no, on the contrary, they're going to go ahead and make an offer. So Monday, they saw it online. Tuesday, they came and looked at it. Wednesday, they made an offer for above asking price. We looked at each other and said, this is destiny. he was amazed. He said, "I've never seen anything like this, even before the bubble burst. The first offer being above asking price." He goes, someone's trying to tell you something. It's like, yeah, we're packing up and moving to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people that's what happens when you have faith, and just know that everything will be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's been wonderful to watch your journey and to see how you've worked on your house and the beautiful views that you have, and also, just bringing more Spanish. I love. It's Spanish, not Portuguese, isn't it?
Yeah, Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. Well, the Latin languages are beautiful languages, and I love having that coming in. I've got a dear friend of mine who comes from Uruguay, and she speaks and reads and writes fluently German, English, and Spanish, and it's always so awesome to hear her mid-conversation.
Yeah,
I always thought it'd be awesome to learn Spanish just so that I could get angry at my husband and go off at him in Spanish. So that sounds really good.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, I want to learn the good stuff.
Go off in English.
Yeah. Ed actually speaks Spanish a little better than me, but I understand more. So the two of us together, it works out good.
So you're a tag team when you go to the shop, are you?
Yes. Yeah, we'll listen, and he'll be like, I wasn't sure what they said. And I'll be like, well, this is what they, what they're talking about. And they'll understand a little bit of English, and they'll be like, yes. So then he'll go ahead and respond back to them, because I'm like, I have no idea how to respond, but it's just really odd that I can understand it. I can read it for the most part and understand what's going on. But as far as speaking, I don't have the confidence in myself yet for it. But it's getting better.
And what's the warmth towards Americans? How have you found that? Because I know some parts of the world there's not so much warmth towards Americans. So how are you finding that?
It's been a little bit of a mixture, but nothing really negative. Some people may have experienced. Sometimes, you'll actually get people saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like, "Well, thank you." And I've had some people saying, "It's like, oh, well, will you ever go back home?" And it's like, "Well, this is home." And they're like, "Oh, you're coming to a better place," and it's like, "Well, yeah." So, when I tell some people that Costa Rica is home now, and they smile, and it's like, "Oh, well, thank you," and why here? And it's like, "Why not?" I said, "Look what's going on in the United States," and they just glow. They're just so happy that we decided to come live here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's certainly a beautiful part of the world, and it's always been really interested in South America. But since you moved there, I've been a bit nosy about Costa Rica and looked it up and learned a little bit about it. And found out that it's, a lot of people are very happy.
Yes.
There's a lot of happiness there, which is, for a country's success, monetary success is one thing, but happiness is a massive success. And if you have a happy...
Yes. I think. Let's see. Okay, you're still there. You cut out there for a moment, but Costa Rica was actually, for the past couple of years, I believe they're in the top 5 for the happiest countries in the world. So I'm not sure what happened with the switchboard there. I'm not hearing Kat right now. No, I'm still connected. Hi, Dolly. Yeah, and if anyone else is listening in, well, see what's going on with Kat. Like I said, the switchboard still shows her there, but it's Blog Talk Radio for you. So we'll have to see what happened there. But yeah, I'm actually halfway up a volcano.
I hear you.
Can you hear me? Kat? Okay. We'll just see what's going on here.
Oh, can hear you again.
Okay. I was cutting out.
No, I couldn't hear you at all for a little while there.
Yeah, I lost you too for a second. I was wondering what happened, so. But yeah, I was telling some people, telling the listeners that I'm actually halfway up a volcano. So it's at 8,000 feet, and I'm at 4,000, almost 4,800 feet up. So, and it's actually the second largest active. Yep.
Active?
Yes, it's the second largest active crater in the world, and it is actually spewing out ash and rocks and lava, but we're far enough away where we just get to see the ash during the daytime, and they said possibly sometime at night we may be able to see the glow of the lava coming out.
So you're safe where you are?
Yes.
Are you on the safe side of the volcano?
Yep, we're on the safe side. We're on the south side, and the winds go from east to west. So most of the ash goes in a different direction. So, but I think the lava underneath us is moving around, and I think it interferes magnetically with some of the electronics.
Well, that poses an interesting experience.
Yeah. So we've got to, I've got to experience my first earthquake just recently. So that was a little different.
Yeah. That would have been. And so you'd be keeping an eye on the wildlife and see if there's no birds around. It's time to evacuate.
Yes. Yeah, we keep an eye. There's some beautiful parrots and parakeets and hummingbirds and all this wildlife around us, but it won't explode like some volcanoes have, because it's releasing pressure by doing the steam and by doing the the ash coming out. So there's pressure being released, so it's not going to blow its top, but it's going to put on a light show, and right now people are like, oh, I'm going there, I want to see POAS, and it's like, sorry, the park's closed, you can't get up there.
There's a big concern about Yosemite up in North America.
Yes.
I saw a documentary about 10 years ago about that one, and it's due to blow its top, and that is going to be catastrophic, so that's quite a concern.
Yeah, so we're keeping an eye on that and seeing what's going on, and it is one of those super volcanoes, so it's going to take over. If it does blow its top, it's going to take quite a bit of the United States with it.
Yes, it is.
And they were saying that if
it is, and that's the.
Yeah, and they were saying if it does go ahead and erupt, that it will take about 3 days for the ash to go ahead and reach over to Europe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. So. I've got family in Missouri, and what I saw, they'll get smashed, but they won't get the worst of it.
Well, that's good.
So that's good to know.
Yes.
That's good to know. But there's a lot of other people in America who don't want to be in that situation. But we'll just have to see. It's in the hands of the scientists, and really it's in the hands of Mother Nature. But it's quite a big one, and there's not much we can do.
Nope. So we just have to hope and pray that it takes a lot longer to go ahead and erupt. But it's a volcano, and sooner or later, when they're rumbling underneath, they're going to let off the steam. And unfortunately, that's one of the super volcanoes, so it's going to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go ahead. We'll grab another call if we can. Let's bring on area code 610. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, how can we help you?
Hi, Kat. Thank you for taking my call. This is Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a career-related question. I do have a job right now, but I am job hunting to find something else because there's no growth and opportunities from where I'm at. I've put a few things out there. I haven't received any callback or interview yet. And I continue to look and apply, and I wanted to see what you're picking up from me as far as finding this new opportunity.
Okay. Just pull some cards for you. All right, there is, so where you're at with your career is a need. You just said you needed to have more opportunity and expand, but it's sort of like it's out of balance. So because it's not growing, it's not in that equilibrium that you would like. So you need to jump up a level. And I've pulled a couple of cards that have said as much, but I've also pulled a card that talks about financial matters and good news around financial matters. But it does also involve some training. So there is a job coming for you, but you will probably have to be trained up a little bit or have some extra information come to you around that job, which is often what happens. But when I focus on you getting that job, I see that there is a bit of a decision because there's either a commute or it's in a different town or state. There's some distance between where you're living now and where actually you would really like to do it.
Funny you mentioned that because right now I do work in another state and the commute is horrendous. I live in Pennsylvania, I commute to New Jersey, and the commute is difficult, but they make it very difficult for me to work from home, which I could easily do because I work in the technology field. So,
Okay, so I'm actually picking up on what's going on now rather than what will go on in the future. Sorry about that. Well, I think you still need to make a decision about work and is that, are you really interested in continuing to have that sort of commute or because it feels like you need to make some firm decisions about where you're willing to work and then go ahead in that direction. So I do feel like there is a new opportunity coming, but it comes with Spirit showing me the training manual. So it has you need to be trained up into this level, and I do feel like you'll be willing to do it, and I do feel like you'll be prosperous. And also, Spirit just said it's a job that you're not expecting you to do. So open your mind to looking at the skill set you've got and applying it to different fields. Because obviously, if you work in technology, then that's applicable across the board anyway. So be more specific about where you're willing to work, but at the same time, open your mind to different fields that you can apply your skill set to. And if you are in a position that you can move for a different job, take up the challenge of and the excitement of going to a new place and relocating. But you need to make that decision and be firm.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult because I just bought a house recently and I can't afford a second house and I can't afford to sell,
Yeah, so you're firm on your decision to stay where you're at you don't like to commute, so you're looking for something that either you can do from home, and or something that is within sort of a half-hour radius of home, however long you're prepared to drive or take public transport to do that job. So give Spirit some specifics, like what you're willing to do to get there, and other things be a little bit more general, so that you can create and manifest this for yourself.
I don't mind if the job is far away, but if it lets me, work from home a few days and go to the office, I would also consider that.
Yeah, so that's the best answer I can give you in a short space of time, Tanya. You have a pulled card is good news about financial matters, but you have to be firm on your decision about where you'll work, the location, the physical location of the work that you're willing to do, and then be more general and broad about what industry you'll work in, as long as you can apply your skill sets to it. And Spirit also showed me that there is some training around it.
You talk about when I'm deciding this job, like a time frame?
We've got a period of 5 to 6 around that. So days, weeks,
5 to 6 weeks?
Days, weeks, or months.
Oh, okay.
Around that, yeah. Okay. So just the best thing you can do is not put a whole lot of pressure on yourself, and just make some decisions firm and be open with others. As I said, it just makes it easier for Spirit to help you to manifest, because you're a co-creator in your life. And by saying, yes, I will work this far from home, but I want these parameters, and then being more about, no, I want to be working with people who are happy, who are positive, who give me something I could get my teeth stuck into, give me credit where credit's due, excellent health plans, whatever, good money. My meaning of good money is, I don't know, 60 to 120 grand a year, whatever it is for you. Put those aspects into it, and then let it come. You might say, I want a job that gives me a lot of fulfillment, that helps to make a difference in the world. Or you might say, I don't like working with people, I'd rather be autonomous. And if you want a couple of days a week, ask that too. But get a pen and paper, get a journal, write it all down about things, the qualities that you want in that job, and what you're willing to do, and also what you're not willing to do. Really focus on what you're willing to have, and ask the universe for it. Let it co-create and manifest into your life. Okay? Good luck with that, Tanya.
So let us know how it goes for you.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So how can everyone get a hold of you, Kat, for private one-on-one readings?
Yeah, so you can contact me a few ways. I'm on Facebook. You can phone me and send me a private message on Messenger. You can also click on like on my Facebook page, Kat Edwards, Spiritual Coach and Mentor. And you can also go to my website, katedwardsclairvoyant.com, and click on the readings page there, and that'll take you to a little function that you can send me an email. And the beautiful thing about North America and parts of South America is that your evenings are my mornings, and I'm talking sort of 9 a.m. to midday mornings. So for me, it's very easy to work with people internationally, just because of the time difference works really well with the Americans. So if you feel like knocking off the work and then having a coaching session with me or having a reading with me in the evening after you've had your dinner, and instead of watching TV, you sit down and work with me on yourself, then that's going to be fantastic for you. And a lot of people have done that, taken advantage of it, And it gives you time also afterwards to maybe journal, sketch, or just meditate on what has come out in your reading or your coaching session, and then to go to bed and digest it and get up in the morning and move forward. So it works out really, really well for my clients in North America if they book a session with me in the evening that way. And there's also people here I see who are from Australia, and of course I'm on Brisbane time, so I'm Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm not on daylight savings in the summer, and they can just connect with me in the usual way, but also they can send me a text message or give me a call on my mobile phone number, which is on my website, I think. Yeah, so if you want to connect with me.
And do you have any events coming up anytime soon?
Not at the moment. I'm head down, bum up with study at the moment, and with business development. So I have been holding off from doing any events this year. Last year I had a lot of events, but this year I'm really trying to focus on getting this diploma done and getting my business development going and getting this book up and published. So that's sort of where I'm at the moment. I think that I have some local public speaking gigs for people who are in Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast region of Queensland, or if you're on holiday and you're coming this way. Just looking up my calendar, I'm going to be at the Timbirwa Spiritual Church, which is on the Sunshine Coast, on Sunday the 13th of August at 10 a.m. And I'm going to be at the Deception Bay Spiritual Church on August the 20th at 4 p.m. And I'm going to be the guest speaker at the Delaney Creek Milk of Life Spiritual Centre at 4 p.m. on the 27th of August. So most of the Sundays this month are busy Sundays. I don't think, oh yes, I am this Sunday. That's the first one I said, Timbira Spiritual Church, yeah, 10 a.m. So yeah, all this month I have speaking gigs at spiritual churches, and I'm also doing tea leaf readings at a private party in August as well. So I'm pretty busy this month, really.
Well, good. It's good to keep busy.
Yeah, it is. And it's very satisfying to go to the spiritual churches and speak. It's voluntary on my behalf. But I believe that as a person who teaches spirituality, I should also walk the talk. And part of that is donating my time and doing voluntary work. So I do it as a JP. I don't get paid as a JP. No JPs do in Queensland. And I also do it in going to spiritual churches and centres and giving my time that way.
It's always nice to be of
That's
service.
really good. Yeah, it is. It's so satisfying, and also getting in there with like-minded people and having intellectual, spiritual discussion is just so satisfying. It's so good. I get frustrated a little bit with people who poo-poo spirituality and then they try and put their opinion across and it makes no sense. So going to places where people are working on themselves and they're developing and they're open and they're interested, and also some of them challenge what I have to say, and then we can have a good, interesting discussion with that. I find that really good because in the end, I'm not trying to preach. I'm giving across my understanding, and then I'm saying to you, well, what does your heart say? Does your heart say yes? If it does, then I'm speaking your truth too. If it doesn't, then what does your heart say? And let's open that up. Let's unpack it and let's see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. How can I learn from you? How can you learn from me? And in it all, we're only getting to know our own divinity more and more anyway.
Well, let's go ahead. We're going to grab another call real quick. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Bring in area code 210. You're on the air.
Yay! This is Texas Pearl.
Hi, dear. How can we help you?
Hi, Pearl. How are you? Yes, I haven't. I seem to catch Kat when she comes on occasionally, and I'm always so thrilled because her readings are like spot on. I just love talking to her when I have the chance. So thank you for having her on your show tonight.
Well, you're very welcome.
Thanks for coming on the show.
So how can Kat help you tonight?
Big Texas Pearl.
Okay. Hey, Kat.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much.
How can I help you?
So I'm a few years back, I thought before you had your chance, you gave me a reading about career. And it was very inspirational. It sent me on an education path for a couple of years. And I thought I would just kind of check in with you once again to find out what you see for me with career.
Okay. So remind me what I saw for you in the past, because just before that, I've just been mucking around with some cards while you've been talking, and the first one was the Dreamcatcher card that came out, which is dreaming big, being inspired, and then the second card that flew out was reaching for the stars. And then you've asked your question. So you've still got a lot of positive energy around you with your career. It's a creative career, isn't it? I don't remember the reading. I apologize. So
I have a tendency not to do things the easy way. So I went back and I got accredited in interior design and real estate. So I'm trying to do both.
Wow.
It's kind of a big fit together, and I always thought for many years that was a good way to go. But my career is launching, but it's slow. There's a lot of kind of a roller coaster.
So in interior design and real estate, marrying the two of them together, you could walk into a house, into a seller's house, and you could, in theory, help them to dress their house for sale.
Yes, that's one aspect.
Is that what you're...
That's one aspect.
Yeah, and also house flipping, you could certainly do a lot with that as well. If you were in a position to go ahead and do that.
If they want to buy a house, where I can help them to see their vision of, what they can do with that house, with the current furniture they have, or and in the future, I hope to get the point to say, let's not worry about the kitchen if you have the funds to remodel it, and then do that.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing as we're talking, I'm getting a full service package sort of thing coming together, different levels of services that you can give, and I'm seeing a website, and I'm seeing you networking, and I'm seeing you building your reputation. And
yes.
I'm also seeing you with an inexpensive stand, and Spirit has said the word inexpensive, at a trade show or event where you're getting the word out about your abilities and your business, and that Spirit just said it makes sound business sense. So there is a decision that you're going to make around your business, and it makes good business sense. And they're just also showing me, what are they called? A drone. they're showing me a drone, and they're showing me I know that they use drones when they're doing real estate photography here in Australia, so they must be doing it over in the US as well.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you're going to want to use the drone yourself, or you're going to be collaborating with someone else who uses that for photography. But Spirit showed me the drone and then said it makes good business sense. Now, as far as making an income in the day-to-day, Spirit showing me a collaboration, and that for a short window of time, you're either going to be contracted to another more established agent, or you're going to be on salary to a more established agent. But there is only a short period of time for that before it's more and more going out on your own. And if that is the case, if that's something that you said, yes, I want to do that because that shows up my finances, whatever, be sure that in that contract that you have between them, there's no exclusivity clause that you can't go and build your reputation in your career because they're holding you to ransom. You need to be able to have flexibility, which is probably why I'd recommend a contract rather than a salary arrangement with them, because you're your own functioning business. But that's your decision. But Spirit is showing me it's really, really expanding and going ahead. And I'm also being shown you going in like with a buyer's group. Oh man, there's 2 or 3 people going in, and they're picking up dilapidated houses and rebuilding. And it's like you're saying to yourselves, we're rebuilding our nation. So there's all these. I don't know enough about the US to make comments, so I apologise to anybody out there who's listening saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But I do know that Detroit has a lot of, I know in Texas, but Detroit has a lot of dilapidated houses. So, for example, you would be going in with a buyer's group in your skill set and buying up houses to rebuild your nation. And Spirit just says, through that idea, Detroit has a lot. I'm sure that there's other houses around, but it's in this rebuilding pride in these places that have become brittle and run down, and then you're actually rebuilding streets that way because the housing around, everybody else's house becomes more valuable. That dilapidated house becomes more valuable. So that's what Spirit's showing me. I feel very excited. I feel very uplifted, and I feel like there's momentum that's going to really pull you forward. I also feel like any little challenges that you've been having, any little they're just sort of runs on the bench. They're just teaching you stuff. And if you keep your mind on, hey, I'm just learning, this will all give you the street smarts and the wisdom for when it really gets going. And it does feel like it'll really get going. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, because it's kind of like, being in the golf cart, stop, go. And that's the roller coaster I'm talking about. I think that I'm doing really well and I've got momentum. And then, the transaction goes a different way, or, they decide to do, it's so many unexpected trips and stops and turns. It's like, okay, am I in the right place? Because design is in my heart. The real estate's more challenging, but I really want to do a different level of design than I'm comfortable doing right now. But I have a vision of what I want to get to. I just don't know how to get there.
Okay. Yeah, look, I get that. I've got a vision of where I want to get to, and I don't know how I'm going to get there too. So I totally understand that. This is where you stop. Okay, if you keep hitting brick walls, stop for a minute. This is where you need to go back within and start to meditate 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, and ask for the correct markers and start realigning yourself again. You're a little bit out of alignment. You need to be back in alignment with the universe and with the flow. That's why there's a bit of a stop-start. It's teaching you a lot. So don't hold it and say, I'm angry with it. Let it go and come back, and then you'll be more aware of the signs. You'll be more aware. And just always saying to yourself, I'm open to opportunity. I say yes to opportunity as much as possible. I'm going to say yes to opportunity.
Okay, seems I've lost
And
Kat.
instead saying, rewrite your vision. Get a vision board going. Put your vision out there. Say your vision. Tell people who are encouraging mindset people your vision. Don't tell your people who are closed-minded and negative. Be careful who you tell your vision to, but speak that vision because it makes it more real. But definitely you need to just withdraw a little bit, meditate, and then just let things unfold a little bit more and start being more sort of wide lens to the opportunities that fall. And sometimes they're just simple things. Sometimes they're just messages that, like a sticker on the back of the car. So I get encouragement messages from Spirit all the time, especially when I'm driving. I get encouragement messages.
And the busier I get, the more I realize how important it is to pay attention to those signs. So let me ask you a quick question. You can just give me a yes or no. I have been trying to build my name and in networking for the last 3 years. So I've chaired a volunteer project with interior designers, and I'm thinking about stopping that chair position. It's growing, but I feel like this year I may need to step back and not do it. What do you pick up on that? It can be a quick answer. It takes me about 3 months to put the event together. It's grown, it's rather large, but it's revolving around education and then having vendors show their products.
Okay. Would that be like a trade show?
Yes.
That'll be the one I just saw when I saw you before with your own stand at a trade show.
Yeah, I was chairing. I was in charge of it the last 3 years, and it's a huge amount of time. But this year, I keep sensing that I should just step back. But it's hard to leave because it's kind of like a baby that you're growing,
Yeah. I get. I don't get a yes or a no. I get a question that needs to be asked, and that is this working for you in building your reputation and getting you work? Does it have the potential to give you work through building your reputation? Because I'm also seeing a side project. I'm seeing something that's coming over on the sideline that could also feed into your reputation and building as well. So, Spirit, I'm sorry, Spirit's not giving you a yes or no. Spirit's really wanting you to make that decision. I can't make it for you. But
I can always be a vendor. I can always be step down a chair and then be a vendor in the trade show.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've already started to answer it. I feel like there's a little side project which actually shows off your skills, and they're showing me in the trade show they're showing me that you could do like a talk, and you could dress the room as part of the talk. Like you could have, do you know what I mean? Like you could have a cabinet, and you could very quickly show you can do the cabinet up and put this way in the room, and change out the blinds for the drapes, and you could have a, like a theatrical sort of prop. So throw things out, very easy to carry rug that's thrown out. You could flip it over and it could be a different colour, so you can change different themes, show people what you can do. Have a think about it. Use a bit of theatrics, but do some public speaking and broaden the minds of people about what you can do.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's actually beautiful.
Okay, well, good luck, and let me know how you go.
Thank you so much. I love your creative ideas. Always have. And good luck to you in your the rebirth of your showing or your shows.
Thank you very much. And you like the shows, let
Yeah.
everyone else know about us.
I will. I
Okay.
will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear. Bye-bye. So I'm gonna have to ask you this. Are you picking up anything from Spirit to let me know?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to put some cards on you.
Okay.
Thirdly, I'm seeing you taking a road trip, and it's going to turn into quite the adventure.
That sounds like a typical Costa Rican
and
drive.
Spirit's showing me. Oh, good. I'm seeing you with the car breaks down, like it's going to flat tire or something. And I'm also hearing that you need to get a decent massage, and that you have to be careful as well. Like I can see you doing a project where you're carrying wood, and I can see like a log of wood or a big beam of wood, and I can see your back being strained. So you need to be careful in how you conduct yourself around the house. There's in your family life, it remains positive and strong, and the work that you're doing to bring in provision for your family life remains strong. In your friendship, there is a relationship that will draw to a close, but it will be amicable, and it will be so it won't be necessarily wonderful, but it won't be an awful nasty experience. On the flip side, they're also saying you've got bigger dreams and there's more to come, and not to give up on it. So you've gotten so far, but you also have much further to go with your dreams, and they're saying it will come, and just have to keep believing in yourself. So I know that you've got your retreat in your house, but I feel like there's a big building outside of your house that needs to be built, or and like a big yoga studio or a dormitory or something like that you're going to have. Is that something that you're dreaming about?
Well, we're trying to go ahead and bring more retreats in here. So we do have a big have a big room for the yoga.
That it is a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, but overall, it feels like a focus on you. It feels paced out, and it feels cautiously adventurous, and I see a lot of laughter. So I feel like everything's pretty good for you right now. I'm also an unexpected trip back to the USA. And there's something important going to happen around you in October.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. October seems to be a pivotal month for a lot of people. I don't know what's going on this year with October. I haven't actually looked at the numerology either, so that's okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting month, October. So it's a 10-1 year beginning month as well. But with the year, it's a 10-1 year. And then if you put the two ones together, you could look at that as an 11, or you could bring it to a 2. It just depends on the style of numerology you're into. But if I was to look at it as a 2, I would say that there's a lot of collaboration around the October this year as well. But there's new beginnings and there's a lot of blessings. I feel like a lot of angelic intent coming through for people in October. It's going to be quite an interesting month.
Well, good. I'll have to.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'll have to see what's going on in October because September we have a retreat coming. November we have one, and possibly one in December. So nothing going on in October yet. So I'll have to see what's going on.
Oh, well, there's a window there for a reason, isn't there?
Yep.
Something's going to happen.
Hopefully it won't be bad. Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I hope so. And what news to me, Michael?
I'm sorry?
What can you see for me? Last time you saw baby for me.
Yeah, we won't see any babies for you, but I was getting, when you're doing something, when you were talking about your book, it's, I was getting somewhere, a big change for you coming around in October, November, December at the very latest. It has to do with the book. Also picked up something too for you for television, being on video, being on TV. So I'm not sure if that makes any sense for you.
I'm open.
So, but there's going to definitely be some good changes for you, and you're going to be busier.
Good. Yeah, I'll finish my deployment by that time as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're going to be doing more interviews, about your life experience, about the jobs that you're doing, about life coaching, and, helping out people. So, and I think, one of the TV part is going to be on doing an interview.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Well, stay tuned, people. We'll see how it all works out.
Yeah, let me know how that goes for you. And before I let you go, how can everyone reach you?
Yeah, so you can connect with me at catedwardsclairvoyant.com and make sure that you write cat with a C, C-A-T, like the feline. And you can also find me on Facebook, Cat Edwards on Facebook, and my Facebook page is Cat Edwards Clairvoyant. No, it's not. It's confused myself. It's Cat Edwards Spiritual Coach and Mentor, and I'm also on Twitter at Madam Log. And people in Australia can contact me on my mobile phone number, which you can find on my website.
Well, good. Well, it's definitely been very fun and interesting having you back on the show with me again. I always loved having you on the show.
Yeah, I love coming on your show. Thanks so much for having me. And it's coming, and it's wonderful to see how our lives have progressed. You're in Costa Rica, me with 2 more kitties, and so many things occurring around in our lives. It's an absolute blessing to have you in my life. I really love it. I love you guys, and I can't wait to get across there sometime in the future and to physically meet you, give you a hug. But in the meantime, I'd just be your friend on coming on the shows. And thanks so much to all the people who called in too, Julia, Wendy, Tanya, and Texas Paul. Good luck with everything. And I hope that I have given you some support in your life moving forward.
Well, it's definitely a blessing having you in my life and having you back on the show again. And you definitely have a place to stay here in Costa Rica when you come to visit.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, dear. Well, you have yourself a great day because I know it's late morning, early afternoon for you.
It's 1:50 p.m.
Okay. Well, you still have a long day ahead of you, so thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you again really soon.
Okay, thanks very much. Lots of love, and thanks everybody. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget, everyone, check out her website, katedwardsclairvoyant.com. Go ahead and get her for a private one-on-one reading and let her know, you heard about her here on the show. And, she'll take good care of you. She's always been phenomenal. And, I've had so many people message me when they heard that Kat was coming back on, how her readings were just spot on. And if you're in Australia, thank you for joining us on Blog Talk Radio and in the Facebook Live video. I really appreciate you going ahead and tuning in, and you're the lucky ones. You get to go ahead and try to meet Kat in person because you're a lot closer. So, go ahead also on your Android or app device and go to the app stores and go to Be the Light Now Radio. Download our apps. You can tune in anytime, anywhere. We will give you push notifications. And if you have, the apps to work on your Mac or your tablet, go ahead and download them on there as well. We don't send out a lot of notices. We will remind you of shows that are coming up and, special events that we may be doing. So tune it in. Let your friends know about it. It's a new way to go ahead and get yourself a wonderful reading. And if you're looking to get an app made, contact me. I'll go ahead and see what we can do for getting you an app. And in the meantime, everyone, have fun, be good, and know that you are loved because God loves you. So does Kat. So do I. Good night, everybody. And for those of you who are listening in as I'm disconnecting everything.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
It takes a few moments to go ahead and disconnect everything. So, but tune in and let me know how the apps go if you have any problems. I'm only a quick message away.